Good evening. What's up, Hope Shot family? Welcome back. Man, it is good. It's a good Sunday night, man. We got some good stories happening tonight, man. I'm always excited for this one because we get to share the success stories, man. The shit that really hits home for people. And man, I'm pretty excited. Dang, Nate, I need to send you the damn clarity statement, but I'll read it for now. Unless you have it. Do you have it? No? Okay. All right. I'm going to read the clarity statement real quick. If you guys are just jumping on, say what's up. Let us know you're here. We got Verne on tonight. It's going to share his story. We got Russell. We got Russell in here.
What's up?
And we got Nate back. Well, let me find this clarity statement. It's been a minute since I had to read it. Clarity statement. Boom. There it is. All right. So the clarity statement. We here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common. Recovery is a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It doesn't matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. And thank you for being a part of our family. Now, the clarity statement is the most important thing read in this thing is because we don't want you guys to feel like you're not a part of anything just because you take a different pathway from us. We're all on this journey together, and we want to let you know that you're welcome no matter where you come from, and just recover. So let's say what's up to some people real quick. Man, we got some comments up in here, boy. I like this. Everybody know Verne's coming on, bro. That's what it is. We got Jamie in the house. What's up, Jamie? See, we got Kelly. So excited for you, Verne Martin. See, I told you, man. He brings all the people out, right?
There we are.
We got Kimberly. Hey, everyone. Good to see you. We got Jeffrey, Rocket Buddy. We got Ali in the YouTube land. La Familia. The struggle is real. I need this. Thank you for being here, Ali. Let's see. We got Derek. What's up, Derek? You're Montana Blue Boy? Is that what that is?
You're my boy, Blue.
Well, my boy.
You're my boy, Blue.
Oh, damn it, dude. I don't know why I didn't get that. It's one of my favorite movies. Can't read between the lines, you know? We got Beth in the house. What's up, Beth? Pete, Reese, good to see you. We have Helen, Grandma of the Hope Shot. What's up?
Yeah.
We got Krista. Y'all have no idea what inspiration y'all have been to me. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, Krista. We appreciate you. Let's see. We got Jenna. Good to see you. We got Rachel. Pina is watching Papa Russell. Don't fuck up.
I know that's right. Can't.
So we got Rodney. Good to see you, my friend. We got Dustin in the comments. He's got a lot going on at work, so can't stay, but want to shout out my boys Verne and Russell. Love y'all. Love you guys. Keep being that hope shot the world needs. Amen. See, we got Brett. What's up, Brett? Recover Out Loud. We got Jamie. Hello, Jamie. We got another Brett. Check up from the neck up. Hell yeah. We got a Canada in Manitoba, Canada. The Razor Guy. What's up, Razor Guy?
That's what up.
I'm sorry, Dat Razor Guy.
Dat dude. He's that dude.
We got Kenzie. What's up, Kenzie? We got Juan. We got Tony. What's up, Tony? We got Kevin. I'm trying to get him all Alaska here. We got Scott. Wow. What's up, Scott? We got Buddy. Recovery Monsters. Stay clean. Elkhart, Indiana. Sorry. I don't know what the hell. It was that X. Oh, shit. We got Juan from New York. What's up, Juan? We got Krista. How y'all doing this beautiful, blessed evening? And then we have Amy. Hello from Gary, Indiana. All right, man. So I'm going to let Russell introduce our speaker for tonight, Verne. Go ahead, Russell.
Oh, man. First of all, hello, Hope Shop family. It is truly an honor to introduce this dude. It's about to share. I might be a little biased. Verne is my best friend, bro, and I get to spend a lot of time with him. And I know where he comes from, and to say that this is a success story, it isn't saying enough. What this dude has accomplished in a few years of recovery is something that I'm chasing his tail. He carries a clear message, man. He's done the recovery house thing. He has a recovery coach. And more importantly, man, he's an awesome human being. And I'm grateful for his example in the program and kind of leading the way for me too. Um, yeah, man. With that, I introduce Verne, man. Love you, brother.
Hey, and real quick, sharing is caring, people. Share this message out there tonight because Verne's gonna touch
Please.
some people. I promise you that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
He's got a powerful message.
here's Verne. Verne.
Hey,
What's up, dog?
Scott, I'm Verne. I'm an addict.
Verne.
I'm gonna put you on the big screen, bro.
Russell. Yeah, Russell, I fucking love you, bro. Like, I'm backstage and this shit brings tears to my eyes. Like, oh, man, I love you, Justin. You know what I mean? Like, we've all spent time together. You know what I mean? Like, not just here. This isn't something that just popped up. You know, like ever since I met you, I've always wanted to be on here, get my story out because I like mess with you guys. I cuss a lot. I'm sorry if it offends anybody. Try not to. I'm trying to clean it up today. So let me get started. My clean date is one. Hang on, I'm nervous. All right. So here, my clean date is 4/1/20, which is April Fool's Day. So let me qualify myself just a little bit. I'm from Baltimore. I was born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. I was addicted to heroin, fentanyl, methamphetamine, crack cocaine. I gave up everything that I ever had for drugs. And when I was growing up, drugs and things were around everywhere that I was in Baltimore. Alcohol was around growing up. I was molested at a young age by two separate family members, and was a gang member for 22 years of my life. Biggest mistake I ever made. My mom was a single parent. She did everything she could to like take care of me and stuff like that. I chose to like run the streets. That's the life that I felt was glamorous when I was growing up. You know what I mean? All the videos and everything else like that. They're out there selling drugs and making money. I wanted to be that dude. But come to find out, I was a better addict than I was a dope dealer. You know what I mean? So I would get the dope in my hand and turn around and do half of it and then sell half of it. And then I got to go tell the dude that I just did all the dope that I was supposed to sell. So that didn't really work out as well as planned all through my life that I tried to do this. So I moved down here when I was like 15 years old to Newport Richey and ran the streets. You know what I mean? I never left that lifestyle living in Baltimore. My parents tried to do everything they could. They sent me to Job Corps. You know, I did that shit, turned around, ran away from that. And came back here, ran back to Baltimore, kept on bouncing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Had a daughter in Maryland. And drugs consumed my life so much that even today, she's 25 years old and still doesn't want to have anything to do with me. That's a wrong that I'm having a problem correcting in my life. I'm trying to correct it through my youngest that I have now. So in the process of moving back and forth from Maryland to down here, I had a destiny, and I wound up moving back down here for a little bit. I thought it was going to be for a short time. Wound up catching an armed home invasion charge. Facing 31 years. My mom broke down in court. You know, I put all these hard tragedies on my family due to drugs. It's all due to drugs, getting high. So through the course of my life, this is the constant thing that I kept on doing. It repeats itself. In and out of jail, constant drug use, in and out of jail. I'm blaming everybody around me but Verne, the whole cause of the problem and the drugs. I don't see none of it because I can micromanage my drug use. I'm great at that. You know what I mean? So 3 years ago, I 3.5 years ago, I started really getting into fentanyl and doing fentanyl and shooting up fentanyl, and just didn't want to live no more. Like I was at my bottom, totally bottom. I was at a friend's house. I had shot up a half a gram on the way to probation, felony probation 3 years ago. They took me to probation, it's the middle of COVID. Go in. I couldn't even write on the paper. I was so high. Went into the back. They called me to the back. They want me to take a drug test. At that moment, I don't remember nothing but waking up in the hospital because I had overdosed in the probation officer. And the person that was sitting next to me while I was handcuffed, it was crazy. It was my probation officer. And she was telling me that, I was a good person and I need to change my life for my little girl and for myself. And she was crying. And I'm like, this person doesn't care about me. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to put me in jail. She's like, no, I'm trying to save your life. You don't see it right now, but I'm trying to save your fucking life. I didn't see it. I was calling her a bitch and everything. So I get locked up and it's COVID. So they quarantine you for 14 days. So I was in a cell for 14 days by myself. I only had two things: a Bible and an NA book. So didn't pick up the NA book for 14 days. I ain't even gonna lie. Didn't pick up the Bible either. But every time I seen it, it was like a mirror. It was in there. So I couldn't talk to my family. I couldn't talk to my mom. Couldn't talk to my kid. Couldn't talk to anybody. 14 days. I came out. They put me inside the pod. So I go to talk. I call home to let them know that I'm in a pod. And I call thinking my mom's going to answer. And it's my daughter, my 12-year-old. She's like, I'm like, hey, can I talk to Nanny? She's like, no, I want to talk to you. I'm like, all right, great. So now I'm like emotional because I'm talking to this kid and I'm telling her how bad of a father I am. And, I don't want to be like this no more. And, this kid just tells me at 12 years old, she's like, you're not a bad dad. She's like, you just need some help. I still love you. I think you're great. That shit broke me down. I couldn't be on the phone with her no more. I was so emotional. I'm crying. And, anyone who's been to jail, that's not a place that you really want to show that much emotion. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be that vulnerable around all these other people. At that point, I didn't care. I tried to go outside at Land O'Lakes, and I couldn't do it. I broke down inside the middle of the pod. I cried so hard that I cried myself to sleep, literally. And I woke up the next day, and I didn't want to get high anymore. Like, I remember that. Like, at that point, I knew that I would never want to get high again. Like, I didn't have that taste for the drug no more. I didn't have that want for it anymore. I just didn't want to get high. And any way I could figure out to fucking stay clean, I was going to do it. So they kept on trying to take me to court, and they kept on postponing it because of COVID. I was facing the rest of a 5-year sentence, which was 3 more years. I was like, run it. I'm going to do it. That's the only way that I'm going to be able to stay clean is if I stay in here. So I reached out to Baycare, and they were telling me that they were willing to work with me once I got out of prison. They were willing to work with me again, and they don't do that for anybody. You know what I mean? Like, they don't deal with people coming home from prison that much and help them at this point. So I was like, all right. So I kept on doing it, and I kept on calling. I kept on keeping in touch with the counselors there. When they would come see other people, I would talk to them. So I get woke up for a court date at 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, why are you taking me so early? You know what I mean? It's my attorney. She's like, I have some good news and some bad news. And I'm like, what's that? They're like, the good news is they're willing to give you credit for all your time, as long as you leave Pasco. So pretty much they credited me for all my COVID time, and let me go. So when I got released, Baycare was outside. Now, when I overdosed, I released all my bodily functions on myself. And I got released in those same clothes again a year later. And so a counselor from Baycare was out there, and she told me, she said, you have a choice right now. You can go back to Pasco, Newport Richie, and live your life. You have no probation, no nothing. Or you can get inside this Uber right here that we have for you and take you to ARC in Clearwater. And I don't know what it was. Maybe it's the wind. Maybe it was something. But something made me get in that car because I really wanted to go home and see my daughter. But I knew in the shape that I was in and the way that I looked that there was no way that I could go back in this child's life like this again. So I went with nothing. And there were some people there that greeted me with open arms, helped me, got me everything I needed. Now, I came from a different program. Now, I did AA while I was there for 2 years. I 12-step 3 times in AA. AA was what got me clean, what got me sober and everything else like that. But I like NA. So it started bringing me all the fellowship that you guys got here, started bringing me into NA even more. You know what I mean? And then I knew once I moved here, I wanted it more in my life. I wanted NA more in my life. So the 2 years I was inside the program, I was clean, right? So these are the issues, right? I get clean. I wasn't happy. All right. I was just clean. I was just showing everybody, hey, look, all right, I'm not using drugs. I'm still miserable. Why is that? Still miserable, still miserable. So finally, I wind up getting another sponsor. All right. This guy's great. My brother right now, still to this day. Greatest guy I know is named Matty. He sitting there and he's like, bro, you got a sponsor? I'm like, nah, I'm doing this shit cold turkey right now. Forget it. I don't need a sponsor. I don't need nobody. You know what I mean? I got this. I can work this program. And he's like, call me this afternoon. I'm like, man, I'm not calling you, bro. He's like, don't worry about it. I'll call you. I was like, all right, whatever. It's not going to work. So 2 years later, now he's still my guy that calls me every day for 2 years now. He constantly did that and started breaking me into where I started trusting people again. You know what I mean? I did drugs and ran that life for so long and for so many years that I was in this routine and I was used to it. And it didn't matter how clean I got or what I did. If I didn't change this way that I was living, like my mental state, then I was just going to keep on reverting back to the same shit that I constantly did, which is run. You know what I mean? Hide, mask everything, that I got going on with drugs. It was just me. And I didn't want to do that no more. So I had to finally do my steps on me and my mental. Like I had to do it, use that. I'm powerless over certain things. You know what I mean? Not just drugs and alcohol. Man, I'm powerless against women. You know what I mean? Like I let other people control my life. Those are things that constantly still happen and I still have to work on today. So like a success story, I don't really see myself as a success winning at life right now. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm winning like for once in my life. Things are going right. I have a lot of Cadillac problems. I really don't have things to like bitch about anymore. I have so many people due to this program and through Narcotics Anonymous and through you guys that care about me, that are constantly calling me, are constantly in my corner, always checking up on me. When I hit my darkest moments in life, and I still do. I hit them. I hit them regularly. Like I hit a dark slump for 4 months here recently. And you know who was by my side, man? Derek and fucking Russell, Kenzie, Rachel, all of them. Russell and Derek were on me. Russell's at my house all the time. Russell's over constantly having me pick him up. You know, he tries to get me out of my funk. So, I mean, as much as he says that I'm a good dude, don't let that dude fool you. That is a great fucking guy right there. And there's a lot of hope, like, in this. Like, if I can get it, you know what I mean? Like, anybody can get it. You just gotta, I finally just fucking wanted it. That's it. I just finally didn't want to get fucking high no more. I didn't want to sleep behind a dumpster. I didn't want to fucking, be that scumbag. I want to finally be someone that if my daughter sees me out in public, she can be like, hey, check out, that's my dad. Like, hey, that's my dad. Not that dude over there digging inside a dumpster, you know what I mean, with no money. My daughter calls me and asks me for something. It feels so good to be like, hey, I got it. You know what I mean? Let me pay your phone bill for you. You know what I mean? Because I don't get to see you that much. Let me spend some time with you. Let me just come over and see you. You know what I mean? I can do those things now. Before, I didn't care about that shit. I didn't care about nothing but getting high. Get high or see my kid. Fuck that. I wanted to get high. And that's a horrible thing to lay on a child also, And I did that damage to her. And there's nothing I can do to take that back. Nothing. Except for from these days forward, try to change and, like, be present, be coherent. Like, I catch a lot of things you guys say. Like, when you talk about be authentic. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what, come how you are. And I want to be approachable to other people. I want to be, like, I get a lot because of my tattoos, right? Because of the tattoos. People are always like, hey, really hard to talk to you when I first met you because you look like a serial killer. Well, that wasn't what I was really aiming for, but thanks, I guess. But it mistakes that I made in my life, you know what I mean? And I have to live with these for the rest of them. So I'm going to try to make the best out of it. So that's really all I got. If any got anything from that, I just on at the end. I'm sorry, man. I love you guys. Thank you.
Verne, man, thank you so much, man, for coming on here and sharing your story, dude. And yeah, dude, everybody can get stuff out of that, man. It's probably especially the serial killer part. I don't know, but bro, you know what's funny, man? If you knew you like even just you're approachable, bro. You're approachable.
Yeah,
You have a smile on your face, And listen, man, like the dark places, man, we can get there in recovery. What are we going to do with that dark place, though? That's the ticket. That's where the shit kicks in. That's where the work comes in, and you pulled yourself out of it, man. So kudos to you, man. Kudos to you. I'm gonna put us back in the four squares, like bam, there we go. So we're all he's like, thank you for taking me out of the limelight.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys have any questions for Verne, man, if you guys have any comments, anything you want to talk to him, ask him a question, whatever it is, man, put it in the comments, man. I'll try to get to him as best as possible. But yeah, you got something, Nate?
Nate
Dowg.
Oh yeah, I got some. First and foremost, thank you, Verne, for getting on here and being vulnerable, man. There's power in speaking your truth, and not hiding, taking that mask off and being your authentic self. You said some stuff early on in your share that a lot of men ain't gonna say out loud, bro. You know what I mean? And you'd be surprised, how many are holding that in and they're sick because of it, So first of all, I commend you on your courage. And Verne, I've known you, man. I we got loaded and we've seen the same things. We felt the same feelings. We've been in the same gutter, It's what a gift, man. And to be the places that we have been and be where we are now. I was writing my gratitude list. I think it was Saturday, and I said, and it says, if I can take one moment and truly look back on where I've come from, how can I not be grateful? All it takes is a little bit of perspective, to really put into focus where I'm at today. And how can I be grateful? And it's what's beautiful is that And another thing I want to touch on about your share is that moment, that window that opens. I was talking to a kid's mom today that overdosed, right? And she's just desperate, bro. She's desperate. She's been dealing with this for years, and all I can hear is my mom's story, who's not with us anymore, like. And I'm like, okay, how can I show up for this lady? And I tell her, I'm like, listen, nothing you have done is your fault, but when the unfortunate reality with people like us is that, and myself personally, is that it doesn't matter where we're put, what happens to us. It doesn't matter for a judge, our kids, nothing until we make that decision, and what a we make that decision, and then things start happening. I had the same experience, when I was locked up for the last time, where I made that decision. I was walking out of my house in cuffs, saw my mom for the very last time before she passed, and I said, "Mom, I am done," and I was. And it's like what happens in that moment. We make the slightest shift towards something greater, whatever we believe in, whatever you want to call it, God, higher power, your source, it doesn't matter. But we make that slight shift, right? And just turn towards something different, and just things start opening, things start unfolding. We are supremely blessed. I met Russell on the way when I had this spiritual experience, and I got to share where I was at and share some kindness with them, and like, and be like, bro, I am done, and this is what I'm doing. Hit me up when you get out. He was heading, upstate. I'm like, bro, hit me up when you get out, man. And I'll be damned if I didn't follow through with this, because I was done and I made a decision. And in that decision, I shifted towards something different. And all you have to do is have that little bit of willingness, man. And I'll tell you that's where the magic is, because stuff starts happening. But in order to ensure like that these things continue to manifest in your life, you have to put some work in. It's not just a one and done decision. I have to continuously make this decision on a daily basis, and keep turning towards what I believe in, what this is, whatever my fellowship is, whatever my God is. There's things I have to do on a daily basis in order to like maintain my spiritual wellness, right? And the last thing I want to really talk about, and this is the most powerful thing about this gift, like guys like us have, guys that have been like literally counted out for years, convicts, junkies. They called us. We had all the names, gangbangers, whatever. Society had written us off, right? Yet we get into this recovery community, right? And we plug in to whatever fellowship we're involved in, and in that connection, our lives are forever changed, because we never have to walk through anything alone ever again, and when we have no idea what spirituality is, what fellowship is, what friendship is, what holding a job is, what any of these things are, we connect to these people who do, and they show us the way. They open up the door so we can walk through it. They show us how to have a relationship, not only with ourselves, but with others, not only with ourselves, but with God. They show us by their example what it means to be a grown adult, a person of integrity, honesty, and character. And all we have to do is get vulnerable, man, and make some phone calls that are uncomfortable and be awkward, because I'll tell you, man, when we let our guard down and let people in, all types of magic starts happening. And through the connection and through that fellowship, we are able to build this defense around us, to where no matter what we go through, we can lean on this circle, on these friends, and for guys like us, for a guy like me especially, to have unconditional love, trust, and dependability that I'm surrounded by on a daily basis is a big fucking deal. I never knew that.
Yes.
I had no idea that, and this is the irony of it. I didn't feel like I was deserving of it. I didn't feel like I was worthy of it. But through this process, through getting vulnerable and getting honest with another man, by reaching out and helping others, by connecting to this fellowship and them showing me how to connect to this power, I knew I discovered my worth, you know, and that I was worthy of recovery. I was worthy of friendship, of love, of having a career, of being a business owner, you know. And you were talking about your daughters, Verne. You know what I mean? I could learn how to not be able to be in my daughter's life today, wanting nothing more than anything in the world to be able to see my girls, and I can't, but not get loaded over it. I can walk through my mom dying in my first year of recovery, and it makes me stronger, not weaker, because of the power of this fellowship and my source, right? I've walked through some dark stuff in recovery, but I haven't walked alone, you know? And what a gift, man. I don't know, man. To find your purpose and to live it out on a daily basis. Who gets to do that? Not many people, you know, and we get to do it on a daily basis, man. We get to, you know, reach the unreachable. We get to, you know, remain and continue to get vulnerable. And just because we have a little bit of sobriety time doesn't mean we're not crazy. We still are, you know, works in progress, man. The journey is just beginning. And I love the humility in that, knowing I can't wait for the lessons that are still to come. You know, I yearn for them. I long for them. I work on a daily basis to seek them out, you know. What a gift. That's all I got.
Thanks, Nate. I'm gonna let Russell share a little bit, man, and then Verne, I'm gonna ask you something, man, and because we have something going on right now, and man, I know you have experience with it, and it's really gonna be able to get the message out there. So, go ahead, Russell. You have to unmute yourself, bro.
Scumbag.
Yeah, there he is. No, man, because I'm back here cheering and I'm tearing up and I'm laughing and I'm loving. You know, a lot of great things have been touched on. Nate, I remember sitting in that fucking cell, bro. You on your way and me on this way. And you know what? You are a man of your fucking word. Because when I came home from up the road, you were the first person, man, to help me, man. And you tried planting that seed. And I remember you saying this clearly. I still had some ideas in my head. And I wasn't done with the research yet. But I'm very grateful that I got done with the research, bro. And I get to surround myself with vulnerable but loving men of integrity, bro, that are doing the damn thing, right? They're living a life that, like Nate said, we were all counted the fuck out. Verne, man, like, you know, again, I might be a bit biased here because, again, that's my best friend, bro. And I spend a lot of time with Verne. Oh, you know, me and Verne, we got into this spiritual men's group through the guys of Narcotics Anonymous. And let me tell you something, man, Nate, Justin, you know, there is something very valuable in being vulnerable and connecting with other men. I can't go into what we do. It's a group that we are part of, you know, and the anonymity has to stay there. But being vulnerable and doing work on yourself, you know, we all, Verne, you know, Nate, I know you, brother from the street, like Justin, you know, we did years and years and years of damage to not only ourselves, but our family members. And, you know, one thing I think people get a little bit lost in, right, is they think that, you know, oh, fuck, I've got 30 days or I've got 3 years or I've got whatever your clean time, that all these things should just fucking happen. Man, we did fucking 30 years of damage to ourselves and to our family members. It takes time. But in that time and in that working, like, for example, like today, right? Like I'm a little bit slow in the step work, but I got finished with step 3 today. I went over it with my sponsor. I'm moving on to step 4. You know, each time that I progress a little bit, I take a step back and I look at where I was 2 years ago. Holy shit, man. The leaps and fucking bounds that I have made, not just in the tangible things in life, like in working. I have an amazing job where I work with, I pretty much get to do what I want. I work with some great guys in recovery. But the spiritual growth and the self growth that I get to experience on a daily basis with guys like y'all, but especially with Verne, because like I said, like I spend, if I'm not working, I'm going to a meeting. Guess what? I'm going with fucking Verne. You know what I mean? Like that's my dog. He comes and scoops me up, and we go to meetings together. And then we're a part of this men's spiritual group where we put in work on ourselves to become better men, to show up in the world as better men, to show up in our relationships with our partners as better men, and our friends. More importantly, like Verne said, you know, he said that that's a beautiful thing about this program is we are not alone. We do not have to face these difficulties alone. Nate, you just touched on something, man, that, you know, not for me, but for my partner, Rachel. She just lost her mom, dude. You know, and I was able to sit there. I was able to take the time off of work and sit there with her daily. And you know, I lost my mom before I ever got clean, and I'll never be able to give that gift to her, right, of her allowing to see me clean. But I live daily honoring her by staying clean and putting in the work for this program. And but Rachel, she had a different experience with that, man. Like she got to give her mother the gift of recovery and being clean. And man, what a beautiful thing to witness. And I know it was hard on her, and it's still hard on her. You know, it's still very fresh. But the one thing she did that, like, I admire and I think is just amazing is the minute her mother passed away and she was holding her mother's hand, we hauled ass to a meeting. And she got vulnerable and she shared at that meeting. And I tell you right now, man, like, to watch these things and watch, like you said, we're going to go through fucking bullshit. Life shows up whether we want it to or not. Verne, I've been witness to him, you know, life kind of kicking him in his nuts. But what he does is he shows the fuck up. He I'm gonna call your car. I'm gonna pull your car a little bit, bro. Like he kind of went away from the meeting for a little bit, and it hurt me, bro. And I was like, why would, like, here's my brother, my best friend going. But I didn't leave him, right? Like I called and I checked on him, and I, bro, you got to come back. You got to come back full force. You know, his daughter, I got to go to Halloween Horror Nights with him and his daughter. What a fucking amazing time. I call her my little minion, bro. She's so awesome, dude. His daughter is the fucking coolest, bro. Like, you know, that's the gifts of this program, that by putting in the work and staying clean and doing what you got to do and showing up on a daily basis, first for yourself, then for the people that, you know, have filled in your life and have made you this little family, and you get to witness some pretty fucking beautiful things, man. You know, and I could never say enough about Verne. I fucking love that dude. I love each and every one of you. I get to, you know, this is a beautiful thing, Justin, that you guys do, man. I get to see you. I get to go to your home. You know what I mean? And the life that recovery has given us, man, is a beautiful fucking thing, man. Again, it sucks some days. Life shows up. It's not always fucking rainbows and unicorns and whatever crazy shit. You know, it shows up, bro, and it takes us for a ride. It's what we do when it shows up. We buckle in. We get our ass in that seat. We buckle in and we show the fuck up, and we get vulnerable and share where we're at with people, because no matter what, somebody's been where you're at. Somebody's experienced what you're going through. And if you don't share and you hold it inside, man, no one knows, and they can't help you. And because of brothers like y'all and the people I have in my life, we get to live a pretty fucking beautiful life, no matter how hard it gets, together.
Oh, thank you, Russell, man, for that. And we have Rachel in the comments going, leaps and fucking bounds, my love. You have grown so damn much since this grumpy cat days, and you continue to grow and shine like the brightest star. Yeah, man. Good stuff. Yeah, dude, I remember when Rachel going through that and going right to a meeting, man, right to
Yeah.
a meeting.
Yeah,
And
you're
that,
hungry.
the power. It's power. There's power in numbers too, man. Strength in numbers.
Yeah.
We can get through anything together. We could, and we're screwed alone. Screwed.
100%.
You know, and so, man, thank you, Russell, for coming on here. Thank you for introducing Verne, and it's just great, man. I love the camaraderie that we all have together, man, and coming on here and getting to share this hope, man, with the world, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So it's nice. It's beautiful.
That's what it's about, right? I mean, guys do like so much, and then like just helping one person, anything, you know what I mean? Or at least this might plant a seed somewhere. They might still be doing whatever, plant a seed. They'd be like, yeah, all fucked up. But damn, now he's sober. Look at this shit. So I chase this shit every day like I chased my high. I feel great when I see all these people pick up 24 hours, 30 days. Or my adrenaline starts to pump for these people. You know what I mean? I start to get so happy when you know, we have celebrations. And that's the part that keeps me clean. That's my addiction right there. It's like I'm addicted to being the different person now. I'm addicted to being that guy when I walk out there and someone's like, hey, you want a drink? No, I'm good, man. I'm clean. And they're like, you're clean? My ego feeds off that shit. Like, I like that. You know what I mean? Like, I like to be the different person now. That they're like, hey, wow, you know what I mean? Like, doing the damn thing for once. It's not getting all fucked up anymore. And no one has anything to say anymore. Now they have to find legitimate excuses to talk shit about us all.
You know, Verne, so you got out of jail, prison, and you went right into sober living, right?
Yes.
Okay. How do you think that's helped you along your journey? Has sober living helped you tremendously? A little bit? But...
Okay. So at first, when, you know, that's great because I don't get to say enough how it really affected my recovery. So I was, everyone knows, I was at ARC. I went there, me and Will bump heads all the time. You know what I mean? The program that they have laid out for you gave me a solid ass foundation. With also, I had a combination of ATIP through Baycare. That was a 90-day program that I got into, which they paid for me to stay at ARC for 90 days. And what that does is when you first get out, what I needed to do was completely focus on my recovery, completely jam meetings, step work, anything I could do, get into service, get a home group, catch meetings. And I needed to do that every day. As I woke up, I was at meetings at 7 o'clock in the morning. For my first 90, I think I did like over 300 meetings. I was at all day long. I would just surround myself at the Serenity Club and go to meetings. So that foundation, having like that brotherhood, having someone that's actually, you know, keeping an eye on you, you know what I mean? And that helped me. Then I wound up deciding to stay a little bit longer. And that was a good thing that program through them let me stay as long as I needed to until I was ready to leave. And I wound up leaving as a house manager, successful graduate of their program, moved into a house with one of my best friends. You know what I mean? 2 convicted felons buying a home. Go fucking figure that shit. Convicted felons buying a house in recovery that were ex-drug addicts. This dude that I live with, my roommate is an amazing guy. You know, this is someone's got 2 years in recovery. And it doesn't matter if he just met you. If you need help, he'll turn around and give you every stitch of clothing on him, on his body, to keep you warm, and he'll freeze. Those are the type of people I've been surrounding myself with in my boat. You know what I mean? Do I get up in the middle of the boat and walk all over that motherfucker? Yeah, because I'm retarded. That's what I do. You know what I mean? I cause havoc. But yes, sober living gave me the foundation that I needed to be on my own.
And you know, that's why that's exactly what I wanted to hear, man, because we need to be plucked out, put into this healthy, environment and be able to, in order to thrive. Right. So, me and Nate, the Hope Shot, we sponsor a lot of guys to go into sober living. We either pay for their hygiene, they're coming off the streets, whatever it looks like. We try to help them along the way. We created a fundraiser, and I'm just letting y'all know it's either you can share or donate or do whatever you want. There's no pressure here, but I wanted to make everybody aware that watches the Hope Shot and knows what we do. We're a nonprofit organization, and we do a lot of things behind the lives. It's just one of the things we do because we want to spread the message of recovery and spread the hope. But we go out there and we help people transition into this new way of life. And the best way to do it is help them so they don't have to worry so much in the beginning. They need to focus on just staying, not putting a needle in their fucking arm. So I put it in the comments, man. If you guys could just share it, even at least if you guys want to donate, awesome. Whatever you guys want to do, it's going to be till whenever. It doesn't really matter. But this helps us be able to sponsor. It's a scholarship for sober living to help people transition back into society. I just wanted to put that out there because I just created it. And, why not? Why not? Because it does give the foundation that we need to help people. And Verne is a perfect example of it. Verne is definitely an example.
It works. I mean, it gives you your bubble. You know what I mean? It gives you that bubble to where you can go to a meeting, come home from a meeting, you're surrounded by recovery. But a month before I was leaving sober living, I was nauseous, sick to my stomach, because now here I am, I'm finna go off on my own. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have no one checking up on me or anything else like that. That's why me and Derek moved in together. So that way we can hold each other accountable. You know what I mean?
There he is.
There's it. Bing, on cue. My dog. You know what I mean? Like, great guy. Great. He was the other house manager there. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of recovery under his belt too. So why not move out in safety and come back home? Because I love y'all. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so glad that this was one of the choices that we were moving to, was back here. Because now I get to be around Russell. I get to see you guys all the time. You know what I mean? At meetings everywhere. That shit brings joy to my heart when I see y'all. Because y'all are my life, really. You know what I mean? NA is my life. That's what I have. I work and I see you guys. I'll see you at Christmas.
Hey, I'm gonna read some of these comments real quick, man. Get a few of these comments, man. Then if you guys want to say some other words, we can. We pretty much got like 10 minutes left. Hey, and by the way, if you guys didn't see the message, don't leave until I end this whole thing. Okay? Don't leave until I tell you. Okay? Go nowhere, some bitches. Let's see. We got Edna says, I feel you. I have been there too. 10 years in federal prison, and on my 7th year while in Fort Worth, Texas prison for women, I surrendered my life to Jesus. I was released in 2011, and I now have 20 years of sobriety, and I'm 62 years old. I work in recovery as service outreach coordinator lead, trying helping folks get off drugs, and those that struggle with mental illness and reentry issues. We got Brett that's very authentic. No shame in taking time to truly work those steps. Everyone recovers in different, and in those early days, they just staying clean is a fighting win. I know. We got Jenna says, thank you for sharing. We have Rachel says, raw, real, and authentic. That always, brother. You are a powerful example of what recovery makes possible in our lives. I am truly honored to walk this journey with you, and I love you beyond words, brother.
I love you, Rachel.
Let's see. We got Jeffrey says, thank you, brother. Experience, strength, and hope. Let's see.
I love you, Jeff.
We have Rita Sellers says, such an inspiring bunch here. Thank you. Let's see. We got Kelly says, love you, Russell and Verne Martin. Blessed to have you in my life and family.
Thanks, Kelly. Love y'all too.
Let's see. We have Lindsay says, my boys don't talk to me, and it's the most painful consequence I live with. I pray they come around one day and always think I'm not while I'm with them, that I know God can make me whole and I can live a beautiful life regardless. Getting high won't fix it. Got that right. All it does is pause time. It's still there. The problem's still there.
Only thing you can really do is keep on doing you and keep doing the right thing, and eventually they'll see that, or someone will see that, and hopefully the word gets to them and they eases their heart. You know what I mean? That's all I keep praying for. You know what I mean?
We got Kenzie says, love you, bro. We got Jeremy says, as long as you follow the right path, the gods will continue to pave the right path. Let's see. Helen says, love you, Russell. You're an inspiration. It's so true. Never give up on people. Pete, you all inspired me. Today I celebrate 6 months clean. Congratulations, Pete. Yes, sir. Let's see. What else we got? We got Stevie Marie. Sorry. I think I just have your last name on there, bro. When my mom passed, our local meeting was almost over. But I went straight from the nursing home to the meeting, and just being with my family for the fellowship outside was enough. Strength in numbers.
Yes, sir.
We got Steve says, sober living, like higher trail, increases chances by 90% and eliminating recidivism. Steve, big Steve. He was on here last week, man. That's a good dude right there. Let's see. Beth says, where's the link, Justin? The link, look, if you go to our main page, you can find the actual fundraiser. I just put the link to the post inside the chat. If you can't find it, go to the main page. It's pinned to the top. Anybody can find it, share it, do whatever you can do for us, man. We really appreciate it. It's going to help a lot of people. I'll tell you right now. Pete, you guys in Florida? Yes, we're in Florida. Let's see. We got Derek says, never let your emotions override your intelligence. No struggle, no progress.
I know that's right.
Oh, God. We got Kenya in the house. Pastor Hesborn, I'm not going to do it, from Kenya is following you. Thank you for following us. Shout out from Florida, USA. We got Monique. Thank you all for sharing my favorite one so far. Newbie here. What's up, Monique? All right, man. Well, that's it for tonight, guys. If you guys have anything you want to share at the end, anything?
Hey, man, just know
that
if there's anybody out there that needs any help and you're still struggling, find any of us and DM us, and we'll get back to you and get you help. That's all.
Thanks, Verne.
About the sober living, I started this journey in sober living, and I will say really quick that the accountability and the structure of a sober living house is what gave me the foundation and recovery that I needed to continue to grow and to continue to move on with my life. Like without that recovery house and without the guys in that recovery house, this would have been impossible. So I will say that for me, the recovery house and again, the accountability and structure of it is what we forgot how to be adults for so many years. That they help you to form that foundation to help you become a citizen that you could progress on into life with. So hands down, it is absolutely worth it.
Thanks, Russell, man, for putting that out there. And that's what we just want to put the message out there, that sober living is so vital to give that kickstart, man. It's like freaking hit him with the kickstart.
Yeah. You're a seed. You're a seed when you first come in. You're a seed when you first come in. You need watering. You need help to learn how to grow and to become a responsible adult again. I mean, let's face it, we were some pretty shitty people in the streets, man. That accountability was everything, man.
Yeah, and if you are on the fence about maybe going to sober living, you're watching this, and then maybe this might go on somebody's feed later on, and you're on the fence about going to sober living, and you know, like maybe it's probably the best thing for you, and maybe you're like on the fence about it because you're like, oh, I ain't gonna have nobody tell me what to do, blah blah blah. Man, it's probably the best decision you'll probably make.
100%.
Yeah.
I formed
100%.
brotherhoods. There was brotherhoods that I formed there with people, good friendships.
Lifelong.
Hey, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it for tonight, guys. Hey, thank you so much, Verne. Let's give him a round of applause, man. Thank you, Verne.
Love you, bro.
Congratulations on your journey, man, and thank you for sharing it with us.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, man.
All right, no problem, dude. Hey, and catch us next Sunday. We'll be back with topics, man, sharing on some experience, strength, and hope. We'll see you next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and make sure you have a good week, man, and work on something, man. Work on yourself this week. Whatever you're putting off, get on it, because probably something you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? I know that one. All right. Love y'all, man. Good night.
See ya.
Sorry.